It is time now for our Sunrise Smart Start.
Well, fire crews responding to a house fire in Rochester that happened early this morning. Happened on Sherwood Avenue around 2:30. Here's video from the scene. The house, as you can see, badly damaged. We're told the Red Cross is assisting one family at this time. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
School 29 in Rochester reopening today after being shut down because of a COVID outbreak, including the death of a staff member there. Erica Cost live outside the school this morning as kids are getting ready to head back to class. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Well, it's been 8 full days. The school has been closed, and during that time, the county has been conducting their contact tracing efforts. And at this point, as of Sunday, they say it's safe for students and staff to return back. A county contact tracing process determined that in-school transmission may have occurred in one incident where no children were present. 3 staff members tested positive in relation to that. Additionally, 5 others also tested positive, but contact tracing shows those employees were not exposed in the school. All positive cases are placed in isolation following protocols. We caught up with Adam Urbanski, president of Rochester Teachers Association, who says when it comes to this outbreak, it won't be the last.
I believe that what we're witnessing at school number 29 is an omen of things to come. I don't think that school 29 is the only school where we will be seeing outbreaks of contagion. And I believe that the district has to adopt a consistent policy that whenever there is an outbreak of contagion, they would move to remote learning for at least 14 days. That's the right thing to do.
A Benty president of Benty tells us the person that passed away was a janitor at the school, and there is social and emotional support sessions on the grounds for students and staff as they mourn this loss. In Rochester, Erica Cost, News 8.
All right, Erica, thank you so much for that. Well, the principal of the school also saying in a statement that there was a thorough cleaning and disinfecting of the building while it was closed.
All right, Josh, having a look at the forecast. A few stray snowflakes at this hour on this Thursday morning. Good morning.
A little bit of a dusting. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Leah. Good morning to you. Yeah, just some ornamental flakes flying and just a slight chill in the air. And you can see that the visibility is not that bad here in Rochester. As far as temperatures are concerned, we're at 30 in Canandaigua. Good morning to you in Greece. Are also at 30. Feels like it's in the upper teens and low 20s. And again, we'll see these light flakes flying throughout the morning. Some breaks of sun in store for the afternoon with temperatures dropping through the 20s.
All right, Josh, thank you. Quick look at the roads with our sunrise traffic at this hour. Flowing well along downtown Rochester. No word of major backups along 390, 490, or 590, even 104. Looking good as well, so should be a good ride in on your Thursday.
Well, the U.S. Capitol under heightened security today amid new intelligence from the FBI warning of a potential domestic terror attack in the nation's capital. Joined
now by Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon, who is live in the Capitol this morning, or outside the Capitol, I should say. Alexandra, good morning. We are talking about threats against the Capitol and security measures being taken. What can you tell us?
Good morning. Well, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security issued a warning after discovering online threats against the Capitol and against lawmakers. The agencies say attacks are possible today or in the coming days.
So what does that mean for the work Congress is supposed to get done today regarding the stimulus package?
So because of this new threat, the U.S. House actually finished up all of their business yesterday. Some votes that were supposed to happen today actually got moved up, and they took care of those last night. But today, the Senate is supposed to hold hours worth of debate and votes on the coronavirus relief package. Now, as far as we know, that is still scheduled to happen. But again, this is a very fluid situation, and authorities have said that they are stepping up and increasing security here at the Capitol quite a bit. And again, they do say that they believe this is a credible threat, so it's still unclear if the Senate will move forward with business as scheduled today.
Yeah, we'll watch it closely, Alexandra. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully everything remains peaceful there. Meanwhile, a minimum wage increase to $15 an hour will not be included in the stimulus bill.
Well, the White House says it may consider a military response. This after at least 10 rockets struck a military base in Iraq, housing around 2,000 U.S.-led coalition troops. The attack took place early Wednesday. Defense officials say no U.S. or coalition troops were wounded, but a civilian contractor did die of a heart attack. The rocket attack followed Friday's U.S. airstrike on the Iran-backed militias in Syria. Iraq security forces are leading the investigation into the rocket strikes. No group has claimed responsibility so far. Well, Governor Cuomo addressing the public for the first time since allegations of sexual harassment came out against him. The appearance garnering mixed reaction from state officials.
We're joined now by Chris Horvatos, live in Albany with the very latest this morning. Good morning, Chris. What is the latest on the governor's emergency executive powers?
Good morning, Leah. It still looks like there will be an adjustment to those powers as soon as tomorrow when the legislature could be voting on this. The legislation, according to a spokesperson for the Speaker of the Assembly, would prevent the governor from issuing any new directives moving forward. There are mechanisms in place to allow some current directives to be extended or modified under certain circumstances. There's debate this morning over how this came about. The governor said yesterday that his office had worked with the legislature on this, that there was an agreement. A few hours later, though, Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie came out and said, we did not negotiate this bill with the governor. Either way, it does look like there will be a vote as soon as tomorrow.
Chris, as you know, lots of opinions out there after the governor had his briefing yesterday in terms of what he had to say. What are lawmakers saying?
That's right. The governor, of course, apologetic once again, and the Senate Minority Leader, Republican Rob Ortt, quit. Some would say it was worthy of an Emmy, though he later said he doesn't know, he can't say what's in a man's heart. He just wants to see the Attorney General's investigation play out, and Ortt said no amount of apologies can prevent the Attorney General's investigation from playing out. Some Democrats here also pointing to the Attorney General's investigation this week, saying let's see that play out. No matter the party, everybody anxious to see that report, which we won't see for some time. Of course, the investigation not even underway yet.
All right, we know you're following it very closely, Chris. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Time for news from around the state. Other news as well this morning. Electric and gas companies warning customers about possible consumer scams.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, officials say scammers have increased calls, texts, emails, and in-person tactics, and they continue to contact utility customers asking for immediate payment to avoid service disconnection. RG&E customers can call 1-800-743-2110 if you receive any questionable notifications.
24-hour vaccination sites opening up across New York today at Yankee Stadium and the State Fairgrounds in Syracuse. Now, the change in hours is due to increased supply thanks to Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine, which has arrived this week. Let's get a look at the GRE Morning Business Report now. Some of the nation's biggest companies calling on Congress to establish a clear path to citizenship.
A coalition of more than 100 companies, including Target, Facebook, and General Motors, sent a memo to Senate leaders urging them to pass the DREAM Act of 2021. The coalition says that inaction or significant delay would have a negative impact on American businesses.
Well, U.S. infrastructure is at a crossroads. According to a report from the American Society of Civil Engineers, the sector is at a nearly $2.6 trillion shortfall and is in need of a massive boost in funding and repairs. The Engineering Society says the U.S. is spending just over half of what is actually required.
All right, take a look at this. Barbie paying tribute to a legendary First Lady. Starting today, dolls bearing the likeness of Eleanor Roosevelt will be sold in stores and online. The figure honoring the First Lady and human rights advocate is the latest in the Barbie Inspiring Women series. Nearly a dozen historic icons, including Rosa Parks and Amelia Earhart, have had this honor.
Yeah, Earhart, of course. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Coffee roasters across the country say their costs have been rising, driven mostly by increased shipping costs. Now, last week, coffee prices hit their highest level in more than a year. Now, another reason the cost is going up, weather concerns where coffee beans are being harvested. Now, while the cost may be going up, there is good news here. It is not expected to impact the supply. So for folks looking for their morning cup of joe,
yes,
fear not.
Thank goodness. Still have not had mine fully yet, as you can tell.
Yeah, but
I need it.
We're getting there. We're greeting the day here on a Thursday.
Just in time for the end of the show.
That's right. And not too bad out there. We mentioned just a few minutes ago, Josh, a few ornamental flakes falling, but all in all, pretty decent start to the day.
Not too tough to take. Maybe a second cup of coffee, especially heading into the weekend as the cold air deepens at all levels of the atmosphere. As far as today is concerned, temperatures are right around the upper 20s to near 30 pretty much all day long. As far as snowfall is concerned, it's just a dusting, and we'll see some of this light snow on and off throughout the morning. Should see some breaks of sunshine developing as we work our way into this afternoon. You can see the visibility just slightly being reduced by some of this fine misty light snow that's spraying off Lake Ontario, all part of a lake effect pattern. You can see it right there. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if in the Bristol Hills or perhaps in Wyoming County we saw a scant inch or two. Better chance of seeing some lake effect, especially later tomorrow night and Saturday, Wayne County and the Finger Lakes. There's your planner here for the day today. Again, some partial sun will try to develop later on, and again, temperatures into the 20s. So another wintry day.
Yes, it is. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in just about 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is up next. Reports from Jerika Duncan and Nikki Batiste on the show this morning, so tune in for that. In the meantime, be safe and have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and our apps for both news and weather.